So hi guys, my name is Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Reader, and I'm here with another how-to senior year video just for you. So basically, if you don't know what the series is about, check out the video in here and you will see an introduction about what the series is about. It's basically just a series of videos that I'm currently making, but in which I feature some advice for upcoming high school seniors. And since I recently graduated from high school myself, I think I'm heavily qualified for this position. Also, don't take my advice too hard because people have different experiences. All of our lives have variables, so not all the things that I think and it really work for me really work for you. Just take the basic things of this advice, or most of it, or whatever affects you or what you can relate to. I divided the senior year advice video into 3 parts. Part 1 will be about school. Part 2 is gonna be about college applications and also / international college applications. And part 3 is social life, friendships, all that stuff. So welcome to the first part, which is school. So in this part, you will find all the advice that I can give you about academics, classes, AP classes, and the legend that you probably have heard about, senioritis. So I'm going to be starting with a basic overview about classes in school. So you probably heard a lot of people say, oh my god, like senior year is the most easy year ever. Let me tell you something, dear student, they're absolutely lying. Depending on your high school, sometimes the classes during senior year are simpler than the other ones. But you know, during senior year, you have to do so many stuff apart from like studying and doing homework. You have to apply for college. You have to do all these different activities. You have to get your shit together. There's so many things that you have to do at the same time. You have to hang out with your friends before you leave. It's so easy to get unbalanced. It's so easy to get sidetracked because there's so many things to do. And obviously, there's going to be some variables on each person's senior year. It would all depend on the amount of classes you're taking, on the difficulty you're taking, and the activities you are, and basically how engaged in school are you. So my first advice regarding this, and I honestly didn't really follow this one, is don't overstress yourself too much. It is really easy to stress yourself, and it's okay to have some stress because it motivates you and it makes you do stuff, but at the same time that stress can block you. And the worst thing that you can do right now is block yourself, because if you block yourself, you get sidetracked and everything falls and it goes out of balance, and you don't want that, honey. You don't want that. At least do something, okay? If you're feeling like you're so stressed and you're trying to block and you're starting to block yourself, at least just start with something. If you feel like you have so many work that you have to do, just start, okay? You'll end up wasting lots of time if you start just worrying and not doing things. Just do it, okay? But at the same time, you should never let your grades slip. Even though I completely do not agree with the educational system and grades don't really define who you are, and they are not a representation of our potential or our intelligence, they do mean something, and they will open doors for you and they might close doors for you. And that's how our society works sometimes. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. Don't take it too seriously what you're studying if you don't care about it, because most of the things that you learned during high school, you will forget it immediately. Nobody's gonna ask you in like 10 years if you got an A on that science quiz, but if you got a F in science and your grades are like an F, they're like really low, they might affect you when you want to go to college. So the next thing I want to talk about is senioritis. Yes, senioritis. You probably heard about it. The plague that contaminates every single senior during the senior year. Let me tell you something, it is real. However, people get it in different intensities and during different times. So people will get it maybe before senior year starts, maybe people will get it during like the middle of junior year, or maybe people will get it like in the middle of senior year, but it's normal, guys. It's a normal feeling, so don't feel guilty for not wanting to do something. But at the same time, like Shia LaBeouf said, you have to do it because, I'm sorry, but it works that way, guys. I'm sorry. Some classes are really useless and stuff, but you have to do it. And if you let senioritis take over you, it may ruin some great opportunities for you. and it will ruin the rest of the things that you did during the whole other 3 years of high school. So here's Sabrina's crash course on how to beat senioritis. Number 1, the tips that I will feature right now can also apply to other high school students, so no matter if you're a freshman, junior, or sophomore, it will also apply to you. So my advice is to take the hardest classes or take the hardest APs during junior year or during earlier years. Don't try to take the hardest classes during senior year. You want less stress in your life because you're gonna be doing lots of stuff. I know that a lot of people say this and you're like, oh my god, not again, and I'm also like that. But your assignments early. You're given a homework for like the next week or like an essay for like a month. Do them early or do them at least when you have time. You'll thank yourself after. All-nighters are not that nice, guys. Not that nice. And writing an essay for with 4 hours before you have to hand it in, it's not nice. Take it from me. And if you can start doing this by freshman year, please do it. Talking about doing assignments earlier, my recommendation is to take an electronic device like an iPad or like a laptop to your school if your school accepts it, because probably in some classes you will have some extra time, or you will do something after school, or during class like people are just wasting time. So just grab your laptop, work on that essay, do the foundations, just start with something, and once you start with something, you will end up doing it, okay? It may not be the most perfect thing ever, especially with essays, but once you do it, it will get easier and easier and you will just finish it, okay? I really recommend, since like freshman year, to be friends with your teachers, because you know what? Teachers are actually people. Sometimes teachers are really nice, and most teachers have this really cool personalities and they really care about you, and it's great to get to know them and add them on Facebook later. After you graduated, of course. I'm opposed to taking advantage of their teachers, but sometimes if you're having a really hard time and you may not finish an assignment early, they will notice and they will care about you, and they will care that you learn and you do your work and you do your best. So they might help you with your work. They might change the date for the assignment for you get to know them and let them get to know you, because you know what? Those relationships will be really worth in the future, because teachers are cool. And I made friends with lots of my teachers and I just love them and they taught me lots of stuff, and it's just great to be friends with your teachers if you can. Regarding extracurricular activities such as sports or clubs, or heavily recommend to you to stay in the ones that you care about the most or think are most efficient or most like helpful for your path right now, because again, you will be really busy and you don't want to get busy with things that don't really matter. That from the girl who was part of like 10 different clubs. You should practice conditioning or / rewards, and it's basically just a way to motivate yourself to study or do homework. Just give yourself a reward every time you finish something or you accomplish something. Maybe you finish a homework assignment or you finish an essay, and so give yourself a bath. They can range from tiny to big things, like buy yourself something, treat yourself. They will register that reward and they will make you feel more motivated to do those activities more and more. I'm not the best person saying this, but use a planner or make a schedule. It will save your life, okay? Help you prioritize, and it will help you do whatever you want, making lists and stuff. What I did, because I hated the planners that my school gave me, and somehow that made me rebel against using a planner. I don't know why. The normal teenage stuff. I actually use post-it notes, and I don't recommend this if you lose things easily, but basically each time of the day I carried a post-it note, and when we had homework, I would write homework for this on the post-it notes, and I would carry it in my pocket because my uniform had a pocket in here, and I will write the things that I have, and also besides the homework, I will write things that I have to do, like email this person, write this college essay, etc. And then I will carry the post-it note and bring it to my house, and then I will do my homework. And a lot of friends of mine did that, so I don't know if it works for you. But if it doesn't work for you, try planners, try a schedule, try like a board on your room. There's a lot of ways, believe me. It's also optional, but it's a really great way to organize your files, and I heavily recommend it even from freshman year. And it's having accordion folders like these. And here, these are really effective, more than a normal folder, because they have dividers, and you can divide and put assignments for each class. And I just find them really, really effective. in a way. As you can see, I decorated mine. This is the one that I used from 10th to 11th grade. Look at this. This is beautiful. You don't have to decorate it, but you know what? I'm a Tumblr girl in the Tumblr world. And the last tip I have for senioritis, though some or most of your classes may be pure BS and you might not learn anything, learn about intrinsic learning. Basically, intrinsic learning, type of learning in which you want to acquire information because you see some personal gain in with it or you find some interest in it. It is the opposite of extrinsic learning, which is basically learning because somebody tells you so. And studies have shown that intrinsic learning, the one in which you do it for yourself and you see something in it, it's gonna stay in your brain more and it's going to be easier to study. Next part that I want to discuss, and it also applies to junior students, is about AP or advanced placement. My advice is to take AP classes only if you're ready. If you think that you will not pay attention or you will not give enough dedication for an AP class, don't take it because you will end up wasting your money and your parents' money. But talking about money, APs are really helpful, even though they're just like a ploy by the College Board, they are sort of helpful. Because a lot of colleges, they will take those AP classes that you took and they will give you credit for it. So take the AP that suits your interest the best because, okay, I'm going to study film and video production. Of course, I'm not going to be taking AP biology. Don't take an AP that you're not interested about because a great deal about being an AP is learning intrinsic motivation, as I said before. That's the key to being good at your AP. APs are in different degrees of difficulty, but if you like it and you give some effort into it, you will do amazingly. Read the textbook that you are assigned and take notes about that, and that will be your study guide to study, and it's just a way that you will review. A really easy way to get everything stuck into your brain. Use the internet because a lot of people are taking the same AP test as you. So that was my basic advice for anything related to school during your senior year. If you have a question that I haven't answered in this video, just comment down below and I will answer it in a special Q&A video that I will do featuring all your questions. I'm always here to help you. You can always email me. To wrap things up, remember that nobody does things perfectly. Don't expect that you will be like #flawless Beyonce and just be able to manage to do everything because people are not perfect and people are not superhumans. It's okay to fail and it's okay to get behind. Just the only thing that matters is that you keep going ahead and keep swimming like Dory. So you should also focus on living your life, okay? But you are more than just a letter grade. You are more than just a number or a statistic. It will never define you. The only person who can define you is you. This video if you liked it so I can make more of these, share with all of your high school senior friends, and also subscribe because if you're watching this and you don't subscribe, I will find you and I will kill you. Thank you for watching and happy senior year, guys. Bye!